Okay. So we're just starting to settle down onto the mat. And as you touch down onto the mat with body, take a moment to just let your body move around a little bit if you need. So as I've come down to the mat, my body just wants me to rock a little bit. My legs have come up into my chest. This is really nice for releasing the lower back. Can have hands on shins or even back of the thighs, or sometimes the legs just want to be in the air without holding them. And you can just rock a little bit. You can also draw the legs towards you as the belly deflates and then inhale and let them move away. And this can be done in a circling motion, just as you allow a little release for back. And some of you are already settled in stillness, so you can just let yourself stay there. Just flow from both directions if you are moving in circles. And then see, how does your body want to be supported at the start? So is there any support that wants to come behind your head? Some of you have a semi-inflated slow-mo ball as well. And you might take that, which is an option for the neck and the head, and I'll show this for you, is taking the semi-inflated slow-mo ball and just tugging it. So you have little lips, and then it creates a little bubble, and then you can put that behind the back of the neck and the skull. If you want to, some of you have your legs out in a butterfly release. So you can also support the legs in this position. So we do the standard, extending the legs and putting the bolster under the knees and also supporting the thighs to release the lower back. You might keep the knees bent. If you have a bolster, you can put it more vertical. The other option is tugging the bolster really close to your hip so your whole thigh is supported, and then you can bring the soles of your feet together so that there's a little bit more support as some of you are going into what we call tortoise or butterfly release for the hips. And it's just a really nice way to open the hips, but also support them at the same time. So I'm demonstrating that if you want a visual of it, maybe a folded blanket if you're at home wants to go under the head or just be flat on the floor. And let's take a few breaths as a group, just feeling the breath go in our nose and out our mouth. And breathing in the nose and out the mouth. Maybe a few more times, even releasing a sigh. Or the alternative is in through the nose and pursing the lips out the mouth and breathing it out through a pursed lip. Letting that exploration of the breath really offer the body tools to arrive here fully. And that you're timing your rhythm, you'll feel the breath start to flow in and out of the nose. Noticing the inhalation, and you feel the belly expand, the rib cage widen. And as you exhale, the ribs gather and the belly deflates. And as you allow that breath to flow in and out, and at times letting the breath still release out the mouth when it's ready. That cleansing breath, that pursed lip breath will arrive at different times through your practice spontaneously. And so we always allow the body autonomy over what it needs to arrive, to be here, to release. And then check in. If your hands are on your abdomen, you can feel the rise and fall of the abdomen. Or if your arms are out to the side, check in. Do my arms just want to move away from body a little bit more? And maybe take up a little bit more space out to the side. If you have props there, just allow them to push out of the way. And some of you, as you continue to breathe here, might notice your feet, your pelvis, the right leg, the left leg. And just see as one side of the body maybe a little bit more in contact with your mat or the bolster than the other side. Maybe you can even out the weight and allow the other side to find a little bit more heaviness. Usually accompanying that heavy release is the exhalation. Right. And then feel as you notice lower body, start to travel your awareness into the right side of the rib cage, shoulder blade, shoulder, and arm. And just notice how that's touching the floor. And then allow the left rib cage, left shoulder blade, left shoulder, arm, hand to release into the floor. Feel your skull, your face, maybe a little separation in between the teeth. As we are all connected through our fascial web, that you might sense as you arrive here, just different areas of your body speaking to you, which we've talked about. And so we're going to bring in an air of compassion towards self as we practice today and allow our breath as we do in this class to be our companion through our flows and our movement. Take a few more rounds of breath. Know that anytime if we go into something and your body asks to come out early, you honor that. If you want to linger a little bit longer, then you stay. As we feel just a few more rounds of breath here, just want you to start to wiggle the toes and feel that connection up through the legs. And then wiggle the fingers and notice that connection all the way up through the arms. And then if you had your legs open, you can bring them together. You can keep the bolster there behind the legs. And we're just going to lengthen the legs. And then some of you can reach the arms up either out as a T in line with the shoulders or a little bit higher, maybe in a Y or a W formation if you include your head. And we're just going to do a little bit of tension and release as we do. So we're just going to feel a little bit of tension coming in the body. So feel the whole body through the feet, the legs, the torso, the arms, maybe even the face. And then as you exhale, let go. Ah, maybe accompanying that with an exhalation. We're going to do that another 1 to 2 more times. So just gathering and creating a little bit of tension. And then whenever you're ready, as you exhale, let go. And then asking body if it wants to do it one more time and you just doing it at your rhythm and creating a little bit more tension. And then letting go. Oh, oh. It's always really nice to offer this tension and release because sometimes we can feel a tremendous amount of difference when we offer tension to the body and then a release and kind of signals the muscles and the fascia to let go a little bit more. So if you have a bolster like me, you're going to take it out. Yeah, just put it off to the side. If you have any support behind the head and you don't want it anymore, you can take that out too. There we go. Perfect. Okay, so we're gonna just bring the right leg up into body. So we're gonna just start with a little bit of hip movement. So you're gonna draw the right leg in. You can hold behind the back of the thigh, which is a little bit easier. And we're gonna exhale. As you exhale, feel your belly deflate and just allow your thigh to come towards the torso. And I want you to reach out your heel. So you flex through the heel. And then as you inhale, I want you to let your thigh, your leg move away. And I want you to point through the toe, let your belly expand. So each time you exhale, your thigh is going to come towards you. You're going to reach out your heel. And each time you inhale, the thigh is going to move, the leg is going to move away from you as you point your toe. So exhale, thigh comes towards you, reach through your heel. Inhale, belly expand, thighs moves away, you point your toe. So we're just going to do that 2 more times. Exhale, thigh towards you, flex the heel. Inhale, move away, point your toe. One last flow. Exhale towards, reach through the heel. And inhale as you move away, belly expands, point the toe. Good. And then as you draw it towards you, just not all the way to the belly, but just at a comfortable place. I want you then to exhale, just allow your right hip to drop into the floor. Feel that right sit bone, even if you can, and reach the right hip sit bone with a little bit of leaning into the floor. And then I want you to reach your heel up to the ceiling, just letting the leg lengthen. And we'll just start to lengthen as the hip goes down, sit bone goes down, heel reaches up. Some of you might even just let the leg go and just let it be there in space. And then we're going to inhale, point the toe to the ceiling. And exhale, reach the heel up. As you reach the heel up, I want you to press your right hip into the floor. And as you inhale and point the toe up, and then as you exhale, reach the heel up, press your right hip into the floor, reach your right sit bone down. And do that a couple more times. Inhale, point. Exhale, reach up and back through the right hip. One last time. Inhale, point. Exhale, reach up. Good. Now allow some ankle circles to come in. As we circle the toes, drawing a circle in the air. Just feel your breath have its own rhythm. And go slow because this is really about the range of motion, not so much the speed. And then you're going to go the other direction when you're ready. Just feeling the articulation of the ankle. Good. And then when you're done, just give the whole right leg a shake out. And then release it down to the floor. Good. Then just take note as your feet are hip width. Just kind of take a little feeling through right leg and left leg. See if there's any little difference from allowing the blood flow to be encouraged, just doing a little bit of movement to encourage the muscles and fascia. And then we're going to bring that left leg in so you can hold the back of the thigh again. Because you exhale and you draw the left leg towards you, remember you're reaching out through the heel. And then as you inhale and the leg moves away, you're pointing through the toe. And as you exhale, you're drawing it towards you, reaching through the heel. Feel your lower back release into the floor. Inhale, point the toe, release the leg away. Exhale, fold towards you, reach through the heel. Good. Inhale, release away, point through the toe. I'm just going to do that another 3 more times. Exhale, inhale away, pointing the toe. That's 1 round. Exhale, bringing it towards you. Inhale away, pointing the toe. This is our last time in and out. Good. The next time we come in, not all the way, but just pause. Really let that right hip become weighted. Reach and press the left hip into the floor as you extend left leg up, reaching up through the heel. So it's a down through the left hip, up through the right heel. Good. You don't have to hold the leg here if you don't want. And now we're going to do a point, inhale, a flex up and reach up through the heel. As you reach up through the heel, push down through the left hip. We're just going to do that again. Inhale, point. Good. Exhale, flex out. Yeah, good. Point and flex. 1 more time. And then when you're ready, you're going to circle, do some ankle circles, moving with the chest. The breath come in as you switch directions, noticing if there needs to be an exhale at the mouth at times. Just feeling the whole leg, so we're just awakening the whole leg. Yeah, good. And then when you're ready, bending the knee, placing the foot back down onto the floor, taking a moment just to feel your body.